My name is Gary Gates, and I appreciate this chance to speak to you for a few moments and tell you a little bit about myself and why I'm running for this particular office. I'm running for the state senate. I live up in the Fort Bend County area. It's a 21-county district from Fort Bend down to Corpus Christi up to Lee County and across to Waller. Mr. Hager's the current state senator. With the assumption he prevails November 4th. He'll be resigning his seat, and I am running for the unexpired term of his Senate seat. This will be a special election in December. My wife and I, Melissa, we've been married for 33 years. We live up in the Fort Bend County area where we have a cattle ranch operation. And my main business is when I was 18, I started buying houses and kind of fixing them up, and then got into apartments and owned about 3,500 apartments throughout the Houston area with about 250 employees. My wife and I, we have 13 kids, adopted 11. After we had two, we had lost a son prematurely. My wife just couldn't carry anymore, and that's why we began adopting. And first began adopting babies, and then at some point we felt led to adopt older kids. And these are kids that never get adopted. Eventually we adopted a sibling group of 4 that had been like 20 different foster homes. And what got me involved in politics is an incident involving our kids. One of these kids would steal things all the time, and we were trying creative ways of breaking him of the stealing habit. And one day we'd taken these wrappers from some cookies he had stolen and put them in a plastic bag and put it on his shirt inside his jacket. Wrote a 2-page note to the teachers explaining why I was trying this creative technique. If anyone had a problem, give me a call. Sent him off to school, had my phone numbers there. Instead of calling me, they called CPS that day. CPS came out to the house that night, knocked on the door, wanted to come in, and I said, do you have a court order? They said, no. I said, well, 4th Amendment says you can't come in. And they said, well, those things don't apply to us. And they pushed their way into the house and kind of went to our cabinets and closets. At the end of that night, they didn't feel we were cooperating enough with them. They took all 13 of our kids. You know, we talk about our constitutional rights, but you know, we rarely ever had to take a stand on one. And a personal stand, I tried to that night, and I found out just how precious those rights can be. You know, sometimes we take them for granted. Well, that was 14 years ago on a Friday night. Monday morning, we went to an emergency hearing. The court ordered the immediate return of all of our children, and CPS dismissed their case shortly thereafter. But that's when a passion was awoken in me, and that's when I made a decision then that what they did was wrong, and I wanted to do what I could to try to change the system and make sure it didn't happen to other families. That's when we began a campaign. It took 7 years, went all the way to the 5th Circuit, which is right below the U.S. Supreme Court. And they ruled in our favor, and they said that the 4th Amendment did apply to the state of Texas. And now that case has been used in 266 other federal cases throughout the United States. That's when I became more involved working with state reps and senators on issues that affect our constitutional rights. Not only in raising our family, but in running our business. I even worked with Governor Perry to help veto a particular bill dealing with constitutional issues. I'm pro-life, pro-traditional family. I'm also a citizen statesman who wants to fight against the overreach of government. My kids today are 19 to 31. 6 of them help run the business. So I have the freedom to be able to run. What I hope to do is by having a seat at the table, bring a more practical business mind to dealing with a lot of legislation that's often passed from career politicians with good intentions, but with unintended consequences of how it affects us down here at the ground level, raising our families and running our business. So by bringing a practical business experience and bringing my life experience in raising a variety of kids, I hope to be able to deal with the important issues here for Texas. I'm Gary Gates, and I would appreciate your support in the upcoming special election for State Senate. Thank you.